Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Final Austin version of me for Say Hey Plays, by the way. Heading down to San Antonio for a show at 2 p.m. So it's going to be a tough drive, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun one. Connor Mack, familiar face, joining me on a Sunday afternoon, evening, whatever we're doing this morning. There we go. Connor, how are you doing?
I'm good. So, how is Austin treating you, Jose? Dog.
It's been fantastic. The dog can be a little bit of a pain in the ass because he barks, especially in the mornings. So I've been waking up a little earlier than usual, but that's been helping the capping and the show process. So I appreciate him for that. But I've not gone outside one time just only for food. So great times, just isolated over here in Austin. So I cannot complain. It's a hell of a life, Connor. We've just been watching baseball and sports all week, so it's been fun. I can't complain. Good sports on. So
true.
And
can't complain.
Shit today too. A lot of game sevens. I cannot wait for that happening today as well. So shout out to hockey. All right, let's get into this, Connor. Record at 62, 85, and 17, down 27.74 units. The end of the month is here. We're going to turn the page on this month after today, start anew tomorrow, and it's going to be fun. But how about we cut into this, because we got a full slate here. A lot of games affected by rain, so it might be brief on some games. But Connor, before we get into the slate real quick, what did you think of the Mexico City game?
That was pretty nuts.
Did you have any player props on there?
Yeah, I had a couple of guys on there, and you know what? I think there's some more hitting today, and obviously they had it yesterday, but the numbers now on these props, it's tough to take on these guys. They're crazy low.
It's really
get into
go ahead. Prop at plus 160. It was just hilarious to see like Tatis plus 160 home run. I'm just like, wow, amazing.
It is. I have to say though, we'll get to that game. They see all that from yesterday, and yes, the ball's still going to fly and all that, but Darvish is pitching, and I think there's just a little reaction maybe to all those runs, because it's a ton again, and now it's even higher. I don't know. I think it could stay under, and maybe I'm crazy.
I said that yesterday. I watched it fly over.
Oh, that was
You know what? Fuck it. I'm taking the over today. I'm just taking the over today. I'm going to sit back and enjoy this baseball game. And then tell my kids one time that there was a game in Mexico City. We took the total of over 20 and we cashed. I can't wait. I honestly, Connor, for a little bit there, I was really thinking, are we really going to get a total of like 30 tomorrow? Because they just kept on hitting home runs. I was like, are they going to put it at 30? Are they really just going to do this? Is that what we're going to see? But I'm excited to watch the game again. I'm excited to talk about it.
21, though. I mean, at some books now. 21. Man.
Yeah. That's it's a football game. That's a low-scoring football game. That's Iowa State football or Iowa football. Right there. So
they can't even get 20 points.
I can't wait. Yeah, I'm the weird part of that game too is that I think the coaches need to understand that your pitchers are going to get crushed. So you need to just leave them in. You need to finish the games. Just leave them in because they're going to get crushed either way. So. Like I said, I'm excited to talk about that game, but we got a full slate of baseball to talk about right now. We'll shout out everyone in the chat real quick. We appreciate all you guys for joining us. Like we always say, best damn chat in the fucking game. Shout out to our guy, Primetime 99 in the house. Shout out to you, my man. Glad to see you in the chat. Abele, Rocco Rogers, Craig Wood, Andrew G, all you guys, Dav fan, Professor Chris in the joint. Christopher Commentini, 420 RVD. Shout out to you, my guy, Justin McElvey, Gerald Jones, Subhuman Gaucho, Mr. Vape joining us as well. Shout out to you, Mr. Vape, Brad Summersell, and Justin McElvey in here bright and early. Dropped to Stacks Pod, Ty France over 1.5 bases there, plus 123. Keep stacking. keep stacking, my man. That record's
Yep.
going to come around. Just keep doing your thing there, Justin. All right, let's get into the first game here, Connor Mack. A rare one of these games where it's actually not affected by rain. Thank you to a dome. Justin Steele and the Chicago Cubs versus the Miami Marlins, and Brian Hoeing, the home man, back up here. I feel like yelling
Oh,
"Ho!" Jack saw Jim. What is Jack saw? Hacksaw Jim Duggan. There we go.
yeah.
Just
Actually, ho.
exactly. Every time I see him, he should come out to his entrance song 100% when he comes out to pitch. That would be hilarious. Justin Steele on the bump, 4-0. Justin Steele. Who would have thought 4-0? I didn't think so. I knew he was going to be a little better this year, but he's been great. Last 2 starts, 0 runs against the Padres. Padres offense that has not been hitting this year, but obviously still have the names in there to be impressive. 5 1/3, 3
Well,
hits.
now Jose, they get to pad their numbers in
Yeah,
Mexico. Too,
now these 2
for
game
their,
bumps are going to help it a lot. 100%.
yeah.
There,
Okay.
we're gonna look at Tatis's numbers in the month, and we're gonna be like, "Wow, he's so good!" And like we have to remember, like, yeah, he hit 3 home runs in Mexico City, guys. Just remember that.
Yeah.
But I ultimately here on the home man, he had an okay debut, 3 2/3, 6 hits, 4 earned runs at Atlanta. It's a tough place to go out there and make your debut there, but it's an equally as tough Braves lineup here against righties. They're 7th in the last 2 weeks, 119 weighted runs created plus. There's an easy pass here for me, unfortunately. Maybe you could talk about a Justin Steele -1 if you want to eat some juice, but yeah, nothing for me here.
That's where I'd be here. I'd be with Justin Steele. I thought he'd be good. He's been better than advertised, obviously. 4-0 in the hoeing. I don't think he's been very good, and he pitched well those first 4 starts in AAA, until he came up with the Braves, but I don't think he's ready for the pros. But you can flip it. It's just the bats are so low for the Marlins. They're hitting lefties so well. They only have 167 at bats. They're hitting 299. Can they get to Steele? I don't think so. Maybe a little bit. Obviously, they stacked this lineup for the most part with righties. Chisholm, the only lefty, right? I think that's it.
Yeah.
Or there's 2 actually, but yeah, I think you got to take the Cubs here.
All right.
First 5, lay the half. I also looked at their team total. With this in this dome and everything, I like an under. But can Hoeing pitch well? I don't think so. So to me, it's just Cubs here or nothing. I haven't bet it, but that's where I look. Their team total too. It's just the 4.5, Jose. It always is like, God, they scored 4 runs. It would drive me crazy, but it is like -105 or around there at a lot of spots. But we'll get to it too. Sunday is always, not always. We had some runs in some games, but lower scoring. We're going to moving day, all that fun shit on a Sunday. Someone mentioned, was it Justin? Obviously, we'll have a few dogs that come throughout the year, a little bit more on a Sunday. But so yeah, that might keep me off. But to me, it's just Cubs. There's a few spots like that. I think I have to play the Cubs. I go first 5 and lay the half here.
Good. And by the way, I'm glad we're educating some people as well. So shout out to a new name in the chat, 68 Bob. Didn't know there was a dome in Miami, and he's from Miami. So shout out to you, my man. Go to a Marlins game. There's no one there. It's a good time. Not this Marlins.
Yeah, it won't cost too much money.
Yeah. Don't go to this Marlins game, but Marlins games are fun. So shout out to you, my man, 68 Bob. Thanks for joining us. Pass game for me here. And by the way, Connor, I agree with your statement about Sunday moving day. For me, honestly, not much stood out to me today. And I was hoping to get stuff through, capping with the chat and obviously getting a play. I've got 1, 2 leans that I might play here today. But the only play right now, I have that over 20.5. So it's just kind of hilarious to say. But that's
another thing too, is like you talked about, and it's just smart, and that's how you're feeling. And sometimes, a few days ago, I had a few more bets than others, like a little bit this week. But it's like, free bet, or if you want action, you want to push it, depending on whatever you bet. Like that's what I would take in this game. But I mean, we have a full slate, so yeah, I kind of have to hold off too today.
Agreed there, Connor. Feel the same way. Let's talk about game 2, Red Sox versus the Guardians here, and it might rain. may rain, so we might not get this game in. If we do get this game in, and like I said, I'll keep the rain game analysis shorter here. If we do get this rain game in, I definitely lean towards the Guardians. They're not hitting. We know that 20th full season against lefty, 90 weighted runs created plus. Last 2 weeks, 74 weighted runs created plus. But it's tough to back Chris Sale as a favorite. I'll be honest. It does kind of feel like he's more of a favorite based on name brand value of Chris Sale, and this should just be minus 110 each way. And the weather's shitty, obviously, but I lean towards the over. But the shitty weather is probably going to affect that. So it's a pass game for me just based off weather. Excuse me. Anything if I'm betting anything on the Red Sox, and you guys know me, I'm a homer. I would bet Red Sox team total here just because it's hard to trust Chris Sale from time to time. And the Guardians are a good squad. So, and what was interesting, by the way, another quote of tipping. We talked about it with Kopech earlier in the year. It seems Alex Cora kind of referenced it, but then downplayed it earlier in the week when he said the Orioles might have known what was coming with Chris Sale because they gave up all those runs in that one inning, and it seems like they might have figured something out there. Who knows? I don't really believe it, but we'll see. So I was a pass game for me.
I don't believe it either because I think too many teams are ripping his ass, Jose. Just like,
well, he was cruising right along, and then just all of a sudden he just got his fucking shit ripped against the Orioles. That's the issue there.
Yeah, he has these. Sometimes he looks fine, and then these bad innings. The last couple years. Yeah, there's no way I could back Boston. You mentioned it. To me, this has already dropped. To 8.5. This opened 9.5. Like you mentioned, it's rain, it's cold, it's fog, the whole thing. With these two pitchers, yeah, I'd like to take the over. We know the Red Sox, top team, them and the A's, but I'm not going to do it here in this one. So I'm with you. I lean Guardians here. Logan Allen looked good. I think he's got all right stuff. We'll see. It's early go around for him. He's only 24. Red Sox could get to him though. So, but the rain, everything's just going back and forth. I'm gonna stay off the total here.
All right, beautiful. Rain game there. Let's move on to another game affected by rain, unfortunately. And we kind of know that we always will get rain in this DMV area here. Nationals, Pittsburgh Pirates here. I like both these. Well, I like Josiah Gray a lot. Johan Oviedo, I'm starting to warm up to a little more, obviously, with his success this year. I pass this game again just based off rain. I'm hoping this game does get postponed and pushed back or whatever, just because I want to see Josiah Gray pitch against another squad that I would actually like to bet on him against. Pirates are just not that squad. They're the hottest team in baseball. I think that I saw last night, they're the first team to 20 wins as well. Your Pittsburgh Pirates. This is crazy to say. So I passed this game, but it's hard to bet against the Pirates here. Josiah Gray, we all know, struggled more at home than he did on the road. 126 weighted runs created plus against righties last 2 weeks for the Pirates. Pass, but lean that way.
Yeah, I like the under here too if it can get played.
I agree.
Oviedo wasn't great that last start versus the Dodgers, right? But I think he's got all right stuff. I mean, from a guy who I didn't want to touch at all, with the Cardinals, I think he's pitched. And you mentioned it. Pirates took care of business yesterday, put up a shit ton of runs, 16 in game 2, right?
Ugly there. I bet him game 1 -1. They cashed that. I lost the first 5, unfortunately, but it
was close.
It was crazy to see. Just the offense just keeps on hitting. I don't know what it is. They all are collectively just hitting the baseball really well right now.
Yeah, they are. So that after all those runs, it seems like cold, rainy. If it does get played, I like the under here. It might go first 5. Does Gray pitch well again? He had that good start against the Mets. And both these pitchers, too, their lone problem is walks at time. I always talk about putting guys on can be their problem. And one of those teams, which is like if they give it up, that could get it over. But maybe I'll go full game then. But I'm leaning that way if this game gets played under here.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, I like both pitchers, so I would lean under Oviedo and a bounce back
start. And real quick, Are we going to start taking the Padres like at this? I mean, the Pirates at this number now as favorites? It's so early in the year. Are they worth it? Obviously, right now, probably against a shitty Nats team. You know, this value here,
Yeah,
145.
and it's crazy. And it was last night it opened up at Pirates minus 132. So people love their Pirates. It's going their way. And that scares me off the Josiah Gray side, obviously, but he's been my guy this whole year. It makes me, I've said this a couple times on this program. I backed him several points this year. That's why Cab loves saying that I like backing the Nationals. He's just one of my guys. And the fucked up part about it, aside from his last start, three of his last four starts, he got 0 runs of run support, and he dominated all those starts. And then I stayed off of him against the Mets, classic fashion. He dominates. The fucking Nats find a way to score some runs. So it's just another pass game for me here, but I like him a lot. He's one of my dudes. So, all right, let's move on. Next game on the slate. Let's talk about the Seattle Mariners versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Shout out to Chris Flexen yesterday. I think it was a no-hitter. I don't remember if it was a no-hitter or a perfect game exactly, but I believe it was a no-hitter against these Blue Jays for a very long time. So respect. Can another lefty on Seattle baffle them again with Marco Gonzalez on the bump here? Chris Bassett on the other side, who's pitched well after his early season struggles. I thought he was done. I was a little concerned, but he's done fine now. Last time out against the White Sox, 6 1/3, 3 hits, 2 earned runs. And against the White Sox, that's kind of shit because the White Sox are horrible. But still, it's still a classic good start there against the Astros before that at the Astros in a tough start. I thought it was going to be a tough one for him. 6 1/3, 3 hits there, no earned runs, and a 4-2 victory as well for the Toronto Blue Jays. The price I think is a little ridiculous for the Blue Jays here. Obviously, Seattle or pass for me here, but it's just a easy pass here with the Blue Jays getting dominated pitching wise last night. Their offense is good enough to bounce back. Marco, not a guy I like backing here. So it's just an easy pass. Maybe a lean towards the under, but nothing really here.
Real quick, yeah, let's get to the total. Can you trust these two guys? Because I can't. I don't want to. Like, I don't want the under with them. I have too much bad paint, but both have pitched what you mentioned. A lot of written off Bassett. Man, this guy catching heat off getting his ass ripped. His first start, but I think he's calmed down. He's kind of been Chris Bassett, 6 innings. It gives up 2 runs, strikes out 5 or 6. He's kind of back and settled in. Martin Gonzalez, too, hasn't really got hit. That first game, Cleveland, he gave up 4. Then he went right back to him in Milwaukee and the Phillies, and he was good that last start. Only 2 strikeouts. He can do that at times. But both these teams hit these pitchers, so that's why I couldn't be on this under at all. Too, after yesterday's low scoring one, I think there's runs here. So I look the other way. I kind of lean to this over here. People mentioned out, Justin did, yeah, Ty France, good numbers. J.P. Crawford on the flip side, we all know Bichette. Chapman, it's great numbers, pretty good numbers, 4 doubles, a triple, a homer. He's hitting 378, So all those righties for the Jays. Maybe get to Marco, who's pitched well,
Yeah, I'm glad this is an easy pass game for me here. I've got really nothing. And by the way, it did open at 9, bumps up to 9.5. So over.
Yeah, I didn't get the 9. The 9 is a lot better. That way just the push is always, a 5-4 game, whatever, something like that.
Yeah, no, that's truly the best scenario there. But yeah, it's, money's going that way, it seems. So be aware of that. Next game, another game, believe affected by rain. We haven't even gotten starters listed for this game. This is just my assumptions because this was the game yesterday. Strider Miguel. I don't have this game listed. I don't think this game goes. And like I said, I don't have odds, so it's tough to talk about. They don't even have pitchers listed, and I'm just assuming that those are the pitchers. So we'll see how this game goes. Did you have anything on this one?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. I don't think this goes.
Okay.
We can just. I think it's off.
Okay, and beautiful. By the way, Anthony and Jake Burns said it's already postponed, so good. All right, moving on then. Let's talk Baltimore, Detroit, Kyle Bradish, Turnbull here. Orioles offense slowed down a little bit. Thank God I got a push yesterday on a team total over 4 in the first game. So I'm glad that happened. But offense last 2 weeks against righties, 22nd, 80 weighted runs created plus. And Turnbull's been fine this year. So it's another easy pass game here, but you could tell me that you bet a first 5 under in this game, and I wouldn't hate it at all. Obviously Turnbull not a great pitcher, not a particularly good pitcher, but against an Orioles offense that seems to be slumping these last 2 weeks, can he take advantage? I think he could. And Bradish got touched up against the Red Sox last time for 7 earned runs. I think he obviously is a lot better than that, and I think he can bounce back against a really shitty Detroit Tigers offense. So first 5 under would be a lean here, but otherwise I'm passing on this game as well.
Yeah, and Orioles haven't even. A few guys have faced Turnbull. No one there's faced Bradish. Yeah, Frazier's 2 for 8. McCann's 2 for 5. So a couple of guys. At Turnbull, those 2 bad starts you mentioned, the last 3 have been good for him because he was just shelled. He gave up 7 and 5. Those first 2, he settled down. I think he's all right. Same thing with Bradish. Nothing jumped off to me here. I didn't want anything in this game. I want the Orioles, but this price. This seems like a dangerous play right here. It's just like right away, it's like take these Orioles minus the half. You think it's easy, but I just haven't had. I've had a few losses, but a few wins as big dogs with Detroit. I had them like Brewers. They were like plus 190 or plus 180. I don't have trust in them really here, so I'm off. And yeah, I'm off the total too. I think they could pitch well, but I don't want anything to do with it.
Yep, agreed. And last night I wrote this line down as minus 140, so 20 cents to the Orioles is pretty.
It's moving.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty, but yeah, a pass game for me there too. Let's talk about the other series that's just been just dregs for me. I've wanted nothing to do with any of this games. Brewers, Angels here. I'll say this: the Angels match up well against the Brewers, just in the fact that they have a shit ton of lefties in their rotation. The Brewers do not hit lefties, so I lean that way again here. But the Angels' offense just hasn't been that great right now, so pass right for me here as well. Just easy here.
Yeah, I mean Brewers yesterday get to Detmers. They hadn't hit lefties, and they put up like I don't know 5 runs or more right away in the first 5. And the day before that, the Angels pushed. I just can't trust the Angels. Not on the road. They're not a team. They're a small dog here. I'd like to be on them. And what do we get on the flip side from Colin Ray? I don't know. This was a pass for me too. If free bet, I take the Angels. I just don't have a lot of trust in them right now.
Agreed there. I had them first 5 the other day too. That pushed against Wade.
Did you? Yeah. On Friday.
Yep, I was very disappointed in those Los Angeles Angels, so that's maybe why I'm a little sour on them. Speaking of sour teams, let's talk Royals Twins. Sonny Gray versus Brady Singer, a matchup on paper that I would enjoy, but Brady Singer has just been so bad this year that it's just no interest here. Sonny Gray getting lined as a minus 200 pitcher every time out, basically, just is so weird for me.
Scares me. I mean, I know he's pitching well.
Yeah, he is. He's pitching really well, but I just can't ever back him. I usually fade him more than I back him, honestly. And it's cost me money this year. He's just been fantastic. 7-3 hits, no earned runs against the Yankees last time out, and 5-7 hits, 1 earned run against the Red Sox. So a lot of respect for him. The Minnesota offense is starting to figure itself out a little bit. Last 2 weeks against righties, they're third, 129 weighted runs created plus. Pretty high number. Pretty shocked how high they were. So maybe they can get some runs off Singer here as well, who had a good start against the Diamondbacks. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run last time out. But can he do it again? I think he's a good pitcher, but it's just, who knows what he'll happen and what he'll do here against a good Twins offense, allegedly. So another easy pass game here, but if I had to lean anything, I lean under.
Yeah, allegedly, this good offense with the Twins. I don't buy them. I mean, they're good. I don't know if they're that good. Singer pitched well at Arizona. Now he's got a back-to-back road start here. It's kind of rainy. It's cold, but it's blowing out. This opened at 8, dropped to 7.5. They think he's going to pitch well. Both guys are going to pitch well. Twins got great numbers here off Singer. Some of these guys just rip it. My guy Polanco, I've cashed a bunch. He had a homer the other day, 721. Buxton's 5 for 11. There's a bunch of guys 4 for 9, 4 for 9. Correa. So I'd be the Twins. You got to lay the juice, take the -half here. I think they could get to Singer. I dare like he looked good. His slider looked better. That was his best start because he had come out the last 3 or 4 not good. But it seems like they think both these guys are going to pitch well. So I'm going to stay off, but I'd lean the Twins here.
Tough game, and the line makes it almost unbettable. So no, thank you here. Next game, Tampa Bay Rays, White Sox. Another game affected by rain here, and it's a shame. I've just been betting Rays -1 this whole series. I even yesterday is sweating a little bit. They said, nay, we'll go off for 10 runs in like the 7th inning or whatever it was.
Yeah,
It's so funny to watching this White Sox team just
they're
fumble
horrible.
all over itself. Connor, I don't know if you've seen this. I don't think you probably have, but there was a rant, like a sports radio rant in Chicago going viral. And it was this guy just shitting all over the White Sox. And I think I've watched it once a day since I've seen it earlier this week. And I've bet against the White Sox every day. And they're now on a 10-game losing streak. If this game goes, I would like to bet Tampa Bay -1, but I did the calculation. It's like -170. So it's tough to bet. I think they just priced us out here, unfortunately. I should have bet it last night. It was -180 for the money line last night for the Rays, and now it's -210. So I should have bet it last night. I didn't. I'll pass this game here, and I'll continue fading the White Sox in their next series.
Dude, there's just and there, as I was saying, there's no like hope here. This line just keeps moving. Like, do the White Sox win a game? There's no way I can bet them here. As a dog, Clevenger has been Clevenger. I don't think he's very good. Yeah, yesterday. Well, I took it Friday, Jose. That was the game I lost. The over. I went back to it. So he's pitching well. Yeah, then boom, 10 runs and it got over. So I was happy there. I think there could be more runs. Someone said, yeah, no Franco. I think it's fine with the Rays here. I mean, it's just them or nothing right now. This White Sox team can't be backed in any way at all. Can't do it. It's ugly. Getting ugly. South side.
Yeah, no, and anyone that has not seen that fucking rant, you need to go just go watch it, please.
Oh, let's do it. Rasmussen, he should pitch better too. He pitched right, then he gave up those 5 runs to the Astros his last start. I think it was all in one inning there in the 4th. So he should be better.
You know, I can't believe how bad this White Sox team is. I really can't. Like JJB saying, they were supposed to be good. They were supposed to compete in the division. And again, I said this yesterday, I believe. Are they even better than the Tigers?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's tough. And especially, I think, again, this was yesterday. The days are running together with how much baseball I've watched up here now. Luis Robert just fucking jogging up the first base line and benched immediately. I was like, oh, man. God bless. This is tough. So, yeah, a pass game here for me. I'm interested to see how this goes.
Yeah. The day before on Friday, Jose, that was the game. They jumped out. There was like 4 runs right away. The Sox hit 2 solo homers, couldn't get anything. And they had a ton of guys on. I thought this is the game they should win 3-2, and they lost. They gave up a run. They had 2 guys on first and second. No outs, I think, in the night. Couldn't do nothing. It was pathetic. It just seemed. And then, yeah, they get crushed yesterday. So more Rays or nothing.
I'm just curious, real quick. I'm gonna look up the White Sox schedule because, like I've said, I've been fading the White Sox now for a little bit, and I hope to continue to do so. Oh, fantastic! They're off. They're off on Monday. Thank God for them. But we've got the Minnesota Twins coming up for 3 the next couple of days. Will they win one game against the Twins? I don't know. We'll find out because they still have the MLB leading 10-loss streak there. L10. Yeah, it's very funny. Actually, if you look at the AL Central right now, everyone lost yesterday except for your Kansas City Royals. So shout out to the Royals. But 10-game losing streak, not good. Not good. Not good for their
No.
brand. Let's talk Yankees versus the Texas Rangers. A great pitching matchup here. Two lefties that you could aspire to be if you're a young lefty out there. Nestor Cortez and his mustache that I see fucking everywhere now. Connor, I don't know about you. I see that fucking commercial with him and Jose Trevino all the time now. Him on a fucking treadmill. Oh, the game's fast. You got to speed up too.
Yeah, it's pretty Jesus stupid. Yeah.
I might get my friend to call Jose Trevino, and I'm just gonna be like, dude, your fucking commercial is shit, bruh. And just talk shit to him again because he is my sworn enemy. I did, in fact, I have talked to Jose Trevino in my life now. I can, in fact, say that. But yeah,
Right.
this was an interesting game just because honestly, I was really leaning towards the Rangers, and people won't be surprised to hear me saying that against the Yankees. But Nasty Nestor's really good, and it's hard to fade him. The Rangers last 2 weeks, 123 weighted runs created plus against lefties. I thought that was pretty impressive. Full season, they're 14th, 103. Typically, I was thinking about this. I always want to try to back a team that, maybe full season, their numbers are a little lower than they are in the last 2.5 weeks just because they're hot. So I would like to back a hot team. But here, unfortunately, I just couldn't do it because I have too much respect for Nestor. He's the only Yankees pitcher that I will admit is good. All the rest are pretty shitty, especially their number one, who's particularly crap. But I ultimately passed here. The Yankees' offense against lefties last 2 weeks, 102 weighted runs created plus, while their full season is 90 weighted runs created plus. So they as well also seeming to hit lefties a little better, but no Aaron Judge, no Jose Bouquett.
Yeah. No Judge. That lineup yesterday looked so weak. It was horrible. And they couldn't hit a lick. Obviously, with these two guys, I want the under 8. They hit here Perez 302, but yeah, I don't buy this Yankee offense. So I lean under. Two pitchers I like, and Perez has been a go-to guy to back Jose. So, and the Rangers on the flip side, smash righties. We went over this a few days ago that not really hitting lefties. We're back on that so far this year. So give me the under, nothing here.
Yeah, under nothing. I can see that. And Martin did have one start against the Yankees last year, and it was a good one. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. So I'm interested to see how he does there. Let's shout out the chat real quick. We appreciate you guys as always. Alfred 44, Brian Watson, Professor Chris. I see a new name in the chat. Appreciate you for watching. I see. I'm new to betting baseball. I'm new to baseball. What's good? Start betting. I think he's new to saying I'm new to starting to bet baseball. So shout out to you.
Oh, yeah.
We'll try to guide you here. I've been particularly shit this year, I see. So if you fade me, maybe you'll be in good condition there. But we'll get you on the right track. Shout out to Spenny, Penny Mom, Jared JB, like we mentioned, Christopher Comentini, Craig Wood, Jake Burns, all you guys, Teflon Don, Nasty Nate, Mr. Noli Knows, Kelly in here as well. Shout out to Kelly. Jay Smith, the dog is good. Currently sleeping and having dreams because he's twitching around, fucking probably chasing some rabbit or something in his dreams. So good things having there. So let's move on to another shit game that I knew as soon as I wrote down the pitchers that I would be passing. Ryan Nelson, his name's not Reese, his name is Ryan. Austin Gomber here. Again, I feel like this game, this happens to me with a lot of games in Coors. I just never end up betting them. I just, the numbers are always inflated. And I always just feel like, yeah, it's Coors. The numbers are going to go up. But do I really want to bet the Rockies, who are the worst team against lefties or against righties, excuse me, last 2 weeks? They're actually 59-29. So there's a team below them, but horrible. Full season, they're 69 weighted runs created plus, 28.
Yeah.
So no chance, no bets. And if anything, an under. But yeah, no thanks.
Gomber finally had a solid start there versus the Guardians, but he's looked bad um, all year long. Um, the Rockies are just struggling right now. I can't take them at home as dogs. The last few days I couldn't. You know, yesterday I wanted to take the over, Jose, 11.5. It was 11-4. You gotta take it. And Coors, it's a little bit better, taking an over. But I didn't. With these two pitchers, I'd take the over here if I had a free bet. And I can't back the Rocks. I just can't do it. D-backs team. I think I talked about it's a 500 team or better this year. It's them or nothing.
Good. Yeah, probably passing here. Shout out to the Diamondbacks, though, for being actually competent this season. Next game on the card, game I actually want to talk about very much because it has been hilarious to watch. Giants Padres, the Mexico City game, part deux. Last game in Mexico City. Craigwood, I think it was Craigwood said this earlier in the show. He said, I cannot wait to fade the Giants and Padres coming off of these Mexico Series games. I 100% agree with that. It's going to be funny watching like Juan Soto step up to the plate, crank a ball, and it just fly out. And he'll be like, what the fuck? That's 20 rows up in Mexico City. But shout out to Mexico City. It was a good game. It was a fun game. Like Dabby Cab had first five Padres minus a half and -1, and it just went back and forth and back and forth, and then finally the Padres back-to-back home runs to cash first five. So shout out to him, but I think the hitters will understand. My thing here, I think the hitters understand now. Just elevate the ball, and it's gonna go out. So I think there will be a lot of home runs here again. I understand you, Darvish, and Alex Cobb are good on paper, but it just at the end of the day, I think it's just the elements. Unfortunately, it's a ballpark that's smaller than I think they said it was smaller than Coors, higher than Coors, and it just always makes for offense. Apparently, more things on the broadcast. They said that the visiting teams are just always say how easy it is to hit opposite field home runs. And it's just like, fuck, this is just made for offense. Now,
It is. Yeah.
obviously, I respect Alex Cobb. He's a good pitcher. He came off a shutout last time against the Cardinals. He's also a ground ball, like sinker ball pitcher, so that should help as well. And Yu Darvish is competent and good as well. So all those things point to the under. That being said, I'm still going to bet the over because I think the altitude, the ballpark, all lends to it. B, I'm assuming that these balls are juiced because that's what the fucking Major League Baseball does. Any of these showcase games, they bring out these juiced balls and bring out these higher totals. So this is kind of what they do. And I'll mention real quick, I'm obviously on the over 20.5. I bet it last night, -110. I actually could get a better line right now, but I bet that. Why are we not? I don't know. Why are we not betting player props all over this? Or why am I not betting them? I mean, I never take home run props, Connor. Never do. Why? Because, I bankroll manage already fucking shitty enough when it comes to these sides and totals. I can't get into player props. I just sat there, I looked at the home runs, and I was like, why am I not going to just go ahead and take Manny Machado to hit another home run? It's plus 190. The worst fucking odds you can get on a home run prop out there, most likely, as well as Tatis. But I think he hits another jack. And, I mean, maybe I'm a biased asshole here, but throw up the X. I also think Xander Bogaerts hits another home run here, plus 300. I think I might make those official here. And I was talking to a friend about this game yesterday. This is the perfect game. If you can same game parlay, just take like Tatis, Machado, Cruz, and fucking Jock Peterson. Parlay the home runs all up and watch them all hit home runs and watch this shit happen. So I'm obviously not a prop guy. I don't bet them. Connor is much more versed in the jacks of the day, so we'll hear from him now. But it's an over game for me, and I'm going to enjoy watching all these fucking yabos again.
Yeah, well, we touched on it at the beginning of the show. It's just like I see 21.5, and Noli put it makes me want to take the under. And I know it's crazy to say, But
I felt that way yesterday. I felt the same way yesterday. I was like, it'd be fun to take the under. And then it's like, oh, it's 8-9 in the third inning. It's like, oh, okay.
yeah, I know. And everyone sees that though from
Yep.
yesterday. So everyone's like, there's got to be a million runs, and yeah, the ball's gonna fly out of there easily. But 21.
Yeah, you're like 15 is also it's hilarious to think that they could score 15 runs combined and you won't be sweating at all if you took the under. You should be chilling. 15 runs, like we're fine here.
Yeah, like the first 5 under 12. Like it's like it could be five,
First
6.
five under 12.
Yeah, if you 6-5, you cash. So and that's runs. So I'm looking at it. I don't. It's just like maybe a principal bet. But you talked about the Jacks. I think Bogarts is the solid play. Even Cruz, who just smashed yesterday, tried to get over 3-1. That's my bottom anyways. And these guys now, Jock's 150. You mentioned the rest of these guys that are a low price. Tatis, same thing, right around there. But yeah, even though there'll probably be more home runs, I can't get that low. I'm not gonna do it.
Honestly, I don't feel the best about my overlook now, honestly. And just because that the hilarity of this bet, I will be taking the first 5 under. We've talked we talked about these are better pitchers, ground ball pitchers. I agree with you wholeheartedly there. So I'll take the under. Fucking first 5 under 12. Oh my god, that is the fucking funniest bet of the year right there, Connor Mack. Fucking the funniest bet. Where what numbers are you getting the 12s at, Connor?
I'm in a bet. I haven't seen it. I just saw Noli put it. There's got to be 11 and a half though, for sure. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Yeah, I've got an 11 and a half on Bovada. I'm gonna look at Bet Online real quick as well. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to take the 11 and a half minus 120.
It opened at 12, so he probably grabbed it at 12.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take that.
The
then.
Westgate has a 12. Perfect. I got a book. I have them.
What about another good look, another interesting look, and a fucking look that will be hilarious to watch. What about a Nerfy here? Man,
I don't know. You're playing there.
a little
Now
Nerf.
we're fucking. Now, I mean, good luck.
I'm trying to find it on my site, and I don't think I have it. Or I don't think it's posted yet. But let me know what price are you getting. Connor, what price do you think you're getting a no run first inning here? Plus 200?
At least 150. Someone have it already? I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, I don't have it. Let us know what you guys are getting here for the Nerfy. Because I was all gung ho about this over now, but now I'm the under just seems so funny to bet here. Just like yesterday, I was thinking the same fucking thing. Well, I'll say this because I'm not gonna have much action on this card. So I'll have some bets on this game at the very least. I'm gonna make official the under, of course, first 5 under 11 and a half. Fucking hilarious. Again, the full game total at Coors is 12, and we've got that in the first 5 innings. Okay, so I've got that first 5 under 12 or 11 and a half, excuse me, minus 120. I'm going to make official. Throw up the X. My first home run prop, Xander Bogaerts plus 300 there. I already bet the over 20 and a half last night, so that's official as well. I don't feel the best about that. But I'm going to take him, and I'm also going to take the Machado home run as well. So 4 bets for me on this game. It's almost like the Super Bowl, Cab, like these games with where they're at random places. You just kind of have to load up on them. You take your props, you take whatever, you enjoy the game, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I feel like as a baseball fan at the very least. So 4 plays.
I don't see. I'm going to keep looking around. A lot of the books I see that doesn't have it. It's just off right now with the game. Yeah, the first inning. But
all right, well,
I'm sure there's a book that has it.
We'll have to wait closer to game time, I'm sure, to see Big O saying, "Oh my God."
Yeah, Cruz 300.
Big O said plus 280 at FanDuel.
Oh, fans, okay. Wow.
That's
Can you
enticing.
get six,
That
six
that's
outs? Yeah.
enticing. I'm not gonna lie. That's enticing. I'm gonna write that down, Big O. I'm gonna write that down because that's 6 outs
Six outs.
for a plus 300. Man, it's gonna piss me off when Manny Machado hits a home run in
Yeah.
the first inning and
It's
makes me.
on a fly ball too, probably down by his ankles.
Oh yeah, no, it'll off the bat. I'll think, oh, that's an easy fly ball, and then I'll be like, oh, that's in like the 14th row. So I can't wait. I can't wait. This is gonna be fun. I cannot wait. So Nerfy there and San Diego Padres, San Francisco Giants, plus 280.
Well,
Cheap.
Bogart's Jack too, right?
Yeah. So five bets on there I will have as well. Giants, Padres over 20.5, minus 110. Bet that last night. Not feeling the best about it. First 5 under 11.5, minus 120. Xander Bogaerts, home run. Manny Machado, home run, plus 300, plus 190 each, respectively there. And then the Nerfy, plus 280. And shout out to Sharpie and shout out to Man Bear Pig. She's not a lady if she's not plus 280. So shout out to Sharpie and Man Bear Pig there. All right. Did you have any official action there, Connor?
I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on the under 12, first 5.
Oh man, fucking first 5 under 11.5. That's so fucking funny. Next game, Oakland A's, Cincinnati Reds here. And incidentally, this is actually the other play I was looking at, leaning towards, hoping to make official. Probably will make official. It always seems like to me. A's team total here. They're gonna have value against lefties all year, I think.
Yep, I agree.
And their full season stats: 117 weighted runs created plus, 8th best. Last 2 weeks, 129. It's 5th best in the league there. So they've been on it. I mean, the only issue here and the only little trepidation I have is I like Nick Lodolo. He's a good pitcher, and he's coming off 6 earned runs and 8 earned runs in his last 2 starts. I think he's a good enough pitcher to bounce back and pitch well here. But 3.5 was just very low, and I got it at minus 105. So that's what I've leaned towards. I'll probably make that official here. I want to hear the breakdown from Connor. Let everyone know, or let what everyone says in the chat. So let me know what you think here, Connor.
Yeah, let's look at this. Well, I mean, they think these pitchers are going to pitch well. Yesterday I thought was the under, and even with the A's #1 team over team, I didn't do it, and we got the low scoring 3-2 game with 2 of the better pitchers from both teams. With Green and Mueller, but these are 2 of not. He could get right. Waldichuk sucks. All the money's on this over, Jose, of course, with A's. Went from 8.5 to 8. I don't get it. The wind's blowing out. I'm just scratching my head. This is over here, nothing. And I'm going to take the A's. Plus 135. I got just some value I'm going to take them. They're horrible. Both teams are horrible. But like you mentioned, they hit lefties. The Reds probably score some runs as well. Maybe not. Maybe go to Sunday special. These 2 pitchers pitch well. This is baseball. Fuck it, They could have another 3-2 game. But I think give me the dog here, and I'm looking at the over.
Rocco Rogers with a don't do it, Jose. Lodolo get right spot here.
I mean, it seems like he can get right.
Rocco likes his over strikeout.
2 bad starts. Yeah, the strikeouts might be the better play.
Yeah,
he could get that. But I like how the A's have hit lefties.
Right, I do too. Yeah, Rocco likes his strikeouts. Craig Wood likes his strikeouts as well. Teflon Don also saying to fade Chuck every start.
2 guys. I mean, they both got 7 ERAs, basically. I mean,
that's crazy, Connor. They both have 7 ERAs, and this total's only 8.
I know. That's what I know. It opened 8.5. It's come down, and all the money's on the over. Come on now. That's
yeah. I guess
Lance right there. Gamble it.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna cross out my Oakland bet then. And it seems like I will literally only have bets on the Mexico City game, which will be fucking hilarious. Yeah, I won't be on it then. That's weird. That's weird.
I'm probably not going to be on the total. I just lean the over, but I'm going to have a small piece of the A's at 135.
I don't. I like the A's as a side. I'll stay off, but it'll be a good game to watch. Well, it won't be a good game to watch, but I think there's a good spots to make money on. Last two games on the card. Let's talk Dodgers versus the Cardinals here. Jake Woodford versus Noah Syndergaard. Here's the thing. I don't know if the Cardinals are a team that can take advantage of Noah Syndergaard and his slowness. Last time out against the Pirates, I knew the Pirates were going to run all over them. They did that, 7 earned runs last time out. And of course, by the way, they won that ball game 8-7. The Dodgers did. Funny enough. But I don't know. I've had trouble with this series. I was on the receiving end of Clayton Kershaw's big dicking last night. I've bet against Kershaw twice this year, and he's just giving it to me. Just no mercy. Just slap me around and just have his way with me. I took the bait with Cardinals against lefties. I knew he pitched well against them in the past. I was like, he's got it. I got him, right? Nope. I took first 5 money line, full game money line, and the game ended 1-0, right? Yeah. So yeah, of course. And I've been on the receiving end of a lot of 1-0s this year, unfortunately. But that game left me sour for this game, unfortunately. So I passed. But a total of 10 here is pretty shocking. You don't see that many totals of 10 here. At least I don't see them and notice them. So Connor, what do you think about your Dodgers?
True. Yeah, I think it's a 10 for a reason. Everything is just to this: the pitchers, the weather. Wolf's an over umpire, big time. And yeah, if it was 9.5, I'd feel a lot better. But there should be runs in this game. It's just you want to take the over 10. Syndergaard's been better at home, but he blows. I mean, this guy's going to be out of the rotation soon. I don't know.
He definitely feels like a better reliever.
Yeah, if you could bring him in maybe for an inning, because he just, his heat is just straight. He has no fucking movement. It's just a straight cock shot right down the middle, and he gets lit up.
And now Woodford, especially, he gets stolen on every time. Every time.
Don't even talk about that. Yeah, look at stolen base props with the Cardinals. I'll look at them first 5. Woodford, this is a guy, every time he spot starts, he doesn't really get it done. And then he goes to the bullpen. He can kind of do all right. He's just a classic ace, back and forth. He can pitch all right, but he's not great. But I think this Cardinals team, though, this is a guy where they need to hit, and a few guys hit Syndergaard. Obviously, like Arenado's just ice cold. I mean, obviously he's a great hitter and he's getting it out of it, but something's not right there. He is from that the Classic, right? Didn't he just get hurt there?
I'm not sure if it was in the Classic, but I think he has a back injury or something.
Yeah, I think it was there. They retweaked it. But I think the value's with the Cardinals here, first 5. And I'm probably going to be on it. And there probably should be runs. With this, but it's a 10.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a good general rule of thumb. If you expect there to be a lot of runs, the underdog is usually the better play. There's obviously cases where that's not the case, and shout out to the Tampa Bay Rays and the White Sox. But yeah, in these kind of environments, like whatever, Coors, Mexico City, apparently today, Los Angeles. If you expect a lot of runs, that always feels like the dog is just a better play. Especially like Pete says, like reverse run line -1.5 for the Cardinals and get a big price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Goldschmidt prop. You can't go wrong with him. Yeah, he comes through all the time. He came through the other day for me with a homer. So
the only product that Texas State has ever put out that is actually worth a damn. Last game on our card, Phillies Astros World Series rematch, as we've been mentioning throughout the weekend. Jose Urquidy, Bailey Falter here. Honestly, this feels like a Phillies spot to me here. It's just the fact that the Astros against lefties last 2 weeks, 23rd in the league, 72 weighted runs created plus. That's 115 plate appearances too. So pretty decent sample size in the 2 weeks. So I honestly was like, you know what? Jose Urquidy seems to always get touched up by the teams that are, quality. he's kind of a bad team merchant. Like his last 3 starts at the Rays, 6 earned runs. At the Rays, 6 earned runs. At home versus the Blue Jays, 4 earned runs. And then, of course, goes to the Pirates, which I guess the Pirates are a good squad. I can't talk shit about them, but he goes 6 innings, no hits or no earned runs, 2 hits. So just tough to back him here. I would much rather take the Phillies and Bailey Falter. And I mean, obviously, Falter is not fucking anything you want to back either. But at least with him, you've got an Astros team in the last 2 weeks has not been hitting lefties. While on the other side, the Phillies against righties, full season, 112 weighted runs created plus. Last 2 weeks, 112 weighted runs created plus. So they're kind of just doing their thing.
Yeah, I mean, the Astros lose again here, and the Phillies win another one. I think so. I don't want the Astros here, and maybe this is like a get right game for them. Whatever, I don't buy it. Just this is a game I didn't want anything to do with. Falter, it's been all right. This guy can kind of like get you 5 or 6. He strikes out 3 or 4. He gives up 3.
Yep.
The Astros aren't hitting, so it's just I don't want to back them minus 150, 45. Really in this one. I wanted to see the lineups too, even before I got involved in this.
Yeah, because Sunday, obviously, and they can rest people. The Phillies obviously leaving, so you'd easily get a rest day from like Castellanos or someone like that.
I'm gonna wait, but yeah, the value here again is with the Phillies, though.
100%. And the Craig Wood and people are mentioning the avoid the sweep kind of thing.
I bet.
Yeah,
teams lose 3 in a row though. Teams get swept. I mean, I know it's they're a really good baseball team, but I don't think they're good right now. The Astros.
I've noticed that too. I always think that avoid like the team looking to avoid the sweep. Sometimes like they're just playing bad. And you just have to kick them while they're down. Like that's why I would have taken the White Sox or taken the Rays today if it was at some decent price. Again, obviously much different scenarios with good team and a bad team. But it just, sometimes all the numbers just say one side. You just kind of have to take that to one side. And they avoid the sweep and you feel like a dickhead after. You just kind of take that and learn from it. But I definitely would just rather go with the Phillies here price-wise and everything. So, I don't know. It'll be fun to watch, though, because these games have been interesting, to say the least. So, sure. Connor Mack, a lovely Sunday afternoon for us here today. It's been a whole lot of fun talking baseball with you as we do. My man, it's going to be fun as well. We'll talk on Friday, too. So, as well, thank you for joining me, as always. Only one game of plays for me here. And it is in that Mexico City game. I guess we're just christening the Mexico City game as today's Super Bowl for me. So I'll rattle off my plays here. I'll start off with the one I made last night and I feel the least confident about now. Giants Padres over 20.5 minus 110. Just again, hilarious to say out loud. But I do have the first 5 under now officially added under 11.5 minus 120. I can't even say that like coherently, just say it fluently because it's just so weird to say. But yeah, first 5 under 11.5 there. So I'm, realistically, my goal in this game now is that Yu Darvish and Alex Cobb pitch decently, stay under the 11.5, and then the bullpen just come in and just get shit kicked again. Just get absolutely shellacked because we do have player props in this game. The first player props of the year for me, I made, I think, 5 player props all of last year as well, and all of them were early, so that's also fun. But 2 player props for me: Xander Bogaerts home run, Manny Machado home run as well, plus 300, plus 190. And lastly, I'll have to check out what my books have this at, but I'll just quote the Big O's FanDuel line here: the no run in the first inning. I'm going to take it. This is just a challenge, no run in the first inning, and if I would much rather the Padres score, obviously, because I've got those home run props, but no run in the first inning there for me, plus 280. So I can't wait to watch this game now. Connor Mack, what do you want?
Yeah, Craig just put it in the chat, but prefers Chris Lake. It's good to look at, but then there's so much to it, like which teams, like from dogs or top 5 teams in the league, which basically the Astros have been the last few years. I don't know. You'd have to look at it a few ways, but yeah, it is an interesting stat to check on. I mean, if it's really profitable, I bet sure it's 50-50. And like I said, depending on the team, whether they're favorites or dogs, blah, 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 blah. All right, let's get to it. But good question. I'm on the under Rangers. We talked about, the Rays was just too big, but it's Rays or nothing. I even would roll with the Cubs. But Rangers, Yankees, I'm on the under 8 there. And I'm on the under 12. The Westgate has a year, -115. In the Padres Giants, 12 runs, first 5. Let's get it. I went with the A's, +135. Let's see if they can get it done. And I'm on the Cardinals, first 5, +120. That's it.
I'm excited. This is going to be a fun day. Rocco, good question about cashing out the full game over. I've already tweeted it. Once I tweet out a play,
You're
like,
in.
There's no takesy backsies, unfortunately. So if I didn't tweet it out and we were just talking about it on the show, I would just specifically not tell anyone I bet it and quietly take that loss and then just make everything else official. But I tweeted it last night, so I'm in, unfortunately. But I said the same thing about the Orioles yesterday. I didn't feel great about it, and I got a push, luckily enough. So maybe the gambling gods will look fondly upon me today. So. And by the way, Abel, I think no, it wasn't Abel A. It was no, it was Abel A. He says first 5 goes over, full game goes under. That would be hilarious just because I'm on the opposite sides, obviously. But shout out to you, Abel A. That would be quite the comedy sketch right there by me, capping the game and then just betting it completely wrong. Connor Mack, it's a pleasure.
I'll take those starters though. Like I mean,
yeah,
I'm
hoping they go 5 innings. They each get touched up for 4 earned runs.
Yeah, 4. Well, I mean, 4. Yeah. I mean, 5. Well, I mean, shit. A little 5-5. A little 5-5.
Funny. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, they can get touched up for 4 earned runs, 5 earned runs each, and we'll be chilling still. We'll be fine. We'll be a little sweaty, sure, but it'll be fine. But Connor, I appreciate you as always for joining me. It's a lot of fun talking with me, or with you, I should say. When's the next time that people are going to see you? You're going to be on tonight, right?
Yeah, I'll jump on later tonight with Jimmy on the live. Yeah, Randall out for the Knicks. That game is on in an hour, right? Yeah.
And Knicks are back. Knicks are back.
Knicks, man, the 90s.
Yeah, your childhood.
I love those. Yeah, man. Can we get under a little like 85-90 type game? But shout out to the chat. Thanks for having me on today. Always love coming on Sunday, little Sunday action. And hit the like button, as always. Get it. Got it good.
Like the man said, hit the like button. We appreciate you guys on the way out. We've just reviewed all our plays. We've got to keep digging out of this hole. 62, 85, and 17, down 27.74 units. A tough first month, to say the least. But we'll climb out of it. Baseball, like we always say, marathon, not a sprint. Use all those cliches, et cetera, et cetera. I have a very fun drive ahead of me, Connor Mack. I have a show at 2 p.m. It is 11 a.m. right now. And
what's the show?
It's 210 Culture. Shout out to them on Pub Culture TV. Go watch them right now. This will be a whole lot of fun. We'll be talking about Fiesta. All of you, I'm sure, are aware of that. But the drive is an hour and a half, and I have shit to do, so I've got to bounce. This is what this is. This is going to be a tight drive, so it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Thanks, everyone, for watching. By the way, Noli knows, just mentioning that first 5 under. It's already down to 11. It's already down to 11.
It's dropping. He's right. There's 11s out there right now.
All right, so looks like we might be on the right side. So we might be on the right side, guys. Let's fingers crossed. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Say hey to us on social media, at Connor Mack Picks, at Jose Bouquett. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another edition of Say Hey Plays.